Not good. Believe me, not good.
You're dying. That's true. And it is what it is.
He could be speaking 200 feet away from it. He shows up with the biggest mask I've ever seen. I don't wear masks like him every time.
So stupid. So stupid. Thank you. Thank you.
Not good. Believe me, not good.
You're dying. That's true. And it is what it is.
Time you see me, I don't wear masks like him every.
It happened. It happened. Everybody, it happened. Holy moly. It happened. He's done. Donald Trump is done. He's done, everyone. Oh my god. I have just woken up. I want to take this moment to just explain to you my morning. And I guess my morning story should start with my evening. So yesterday, after my stream was over, I went to go watch a movie with my family, and I got really tired because it was past my bedtime, but I wanted to do it anyway. So basically, as soon as the movie was over, I went to sleep. It was like maybe 12:30, 1 a.m.-ish. It might have been around the time this tweet went up. But I decided, you know what, I'm really tired. This movie was, not that good. I'm just gonna go to bed. Whatever, I'll check, the news. I'll check, I'll say goodnight to people tomorrow night because I'm not doing it tonight. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm tired, so I go to sleep. Meanwhile, I choose to go to sleep at potentially the worst possible time. And I wake up, I go downstairs, I'm preparing my breakfast, I'm filtering my coffee. I've got it right here. I've got some coffee. I'm feeling good, right? I'm reading, and I'm like, you know what? It's like 9:30 now, right? I've enjoyed my morning. I don't like to check, Twitter and Discord and all the news sites. I don't like doing that in the morning. It clouds me. It gets me I like using the morning to be kind of a ritualistic kind of thing. And so I open my phone. I'm looking at my messages, see what are people telling me, right? Okay. And then I check my Discord server, and I immediately see that people are talking about something as if it's true, and I'm like, what? That can't be true. Trump? Coronavirus? No way. So then I load up the Twitter app. I load up the Twitter application, and then I am presented with this. I am presented with this article. This article from Donald Trump himself. This article. Tonight, Flotus and I tested positive for COVID-19. We will begin our quarantine and recovery process immediately. We will get through this together. And again, it goes without saying. We know this. I've got this open. This was just a couple days ago.
I don't wear masks like him. Every time you see him, he's got a mask. He could be speaking 200 feet away from it. He shows up with the biggest mask I've ever seen. I don't wear masks like him.
I don't wear masks like him. I don't wear masks like him. That was what, 3 days ago? That was 3 days ago. Unbelievable. So Donald Trump has coronavirus. Now, I guess I should say this here, just so that my thoughts are etched into this moment. But, yeah, you know how I feel about this. If you know anything about me, my persuasions on anything, you know, right, This is my
You're
opinion.
dying. That's true. And it is what it is. You're dying. That's true. And it is what it is.
What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Not good. Believe me, not good.
I'm so sorry, but holy shit. I'm not sorry. Fuck this guy. Hope he dies. Anyway, what's up, y'all? Why do I put the paper towel on top of my cup? That's to prevent, like, flies from getting into my coffee. Sometimes I get, like, flies in my room. Because I have an air conditioner window unit. And, it's, you know, it's holes. So sometimes bugs get in. And I don't want to, like, take a sip of coffee and have, like, a dead fly corpse in there. So, put a paper towel on top. Secure the apparatus. Oh, my God. Hey, Aitor, finally here listening to the intro on 2x to catch up. I had fun with the intro. I would recommend listening to it at 1x just to get the full force. But yeah. Skeletino, be nice. Be nice. I'm going to take my air conditioner out soon because it's like almost winter, so. Just like with bed sheets, I can never put an air conditioner in correctly. There's always going to be holes somewhere. Just like my bed sheets. I don't know how to put them on. I just don't. The one is a little bit more crucial than the other in summer months. A big deal because I'm just going to restart the stream. But yes, this is Above It All, episodic installation 984. This is a special day. Donald Trump has coronavirus. Like, there were a lot of close calls here over the course of this year of 2020. And I find it great that this happens right after he started doing his, well, not right after, but after he started doing his meme rallies with no masks on. Right after Herman Cain passes away from coronavirus. After multiple members of Congress get coronavirus, right? Like, I'm glad that this is happening a month before the election. We are literally like 32 days away from the election. Right? And it just happened now. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is dead. That happened. We thought that was going to be like, oh yeah, the election's going to be crazy now. Remember when that happened? Because I don't. Now Donald Trump has coronavirus. Again, it's just great. It's wonderful. But something else that's wonderful is the fact that the RNC is actually dropping like flies as well. Breaking, Ronna McDaniel, the RNC chairwoman, tested positive for the coronavirus on Wednesday. Multiple sources say she has mild symptoms. She was last with POTUS last Friday and has been in Michigan since then. Now, I should say that according to reports, Mike Pence and Karen Pence have tested negative. Though, I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure if I believe that. The idea that Trump tested positive and we know about that, I personally think he probably tested positive days ago. If I were to guess, if I were to like place any money on this equation, I would say Donald Trump tested positive days ago and just now had to be pressured into posting it. That would be my solution, or my prediction rather. Now, do I think Mike Pence has the coronavirus? I don't know. But if he does, I don't think we would know about it. They would not tell us that the president and the vice president have coronavirus. That's just too much of a security risk, in my thinking. I think, that's too much of a security risk. I think, but I don't know. We'll see. Either way, again, there's so many major Republican figures that are being diagnosed with coronavirus at this point, and it's been like a slow trickle up. Right, it's been like a slow stream of people from the Republican side of things. Like it was first, I think it was like the first major one was Rand Paul. I love the fact that Rand Paul had to like issue in and inaugurate that series of Republican cringe. I remember when we thought Mitt Romney had the coronavirus, that was fun. I remember when we thought Trump had it the first time, the second time, the third time. But one thing that's important to understand here is that Trump has coronavirus. So did Bolsonaro. So did Boris Johnson. They're still alive somehow, right? But Trump is a lot unhealthier than those two. So, again, Fingers crossed, right? But we'll see how this goes. But yeah, they're really dropping like fries. With like fries? Yes, they're dropping like flies. Cloud, welcome. I have to leave for a meeting in 7 minutes. Well, I hope I said hello first before you left. My thumbnail is a little broken. I've been growing my fingernails out and got a little hangnail there. So, attempting to stream this in 240p because my Wi-Fi is fucked. It's fucked. My Wi-Fi is fucked. Hello, Ultralight J. Hello, G-Wolf. Hope Hicks has it well. Yeah, I think that's where it originated from. But yeah, so like again, this is fun. This is fun. So not only did Donald Trump go to this debate and mock the idea of wearing masks. I've got this clip right here, so let me play this.
I don't wear masks like him. Every time you see him, he's got a mask. He could be speaking 200 feet away from it. He shows up with the biggest mask I've ever seen.
200 feet. The biggest mask I've ever seen. Normally I like them big, but not this big. They're too big. Alright, so now Chris Wallace on Fox News this morning, after the news came out that Donald Trump has coronavirus, Chris Wallace this morning came on Fox and gave us a little bit more information about the mask-wearing policies and procedures throughout the first presidential debate. Now, does this, by the way, mean that the second and third presidential debates are canceled? Because I hope so, because that would be funny. But let's watch what Chris Wallace has to say.
The interesting thing, though, however, was that the Cleveland Clinic would set up the safety rules, said that everybody in the hall, with the exception of the president, the vice president, and myself, had to wear a mask. When Mrs. Biden came in, when members of her party came in, they were all wearing masks, and they kept them on throughout the debate. On the Trump side of the hall, Mrs. Trump came in wearing a mask, but took it off once she sat down. I didn't see when they came in, but all the other members of the first family that I saw there, including Ivanka, Tiffany, when they sat down, they weren't wearing masks. I'm told by the pool of reporters who was there that somebody from the Cleveland Clinic came up to the first family. I believe this was before Mrs. Trump sat down, and offered them masks in case they didn't have them, and they waved them away. And people in the hall did notice that while they were all wearing masks, including my wife and 4 of my children, that the first family did not wear masks during the debate. When it ended, Mrs. Trump came up to go on the stage, as I think everybody saw. She was not wearing a mask. Mrs. Biden did come up, and she was wearing a mask as she came up.
I just like the absolute and utter audacity, right? It's just like, here's the thing, and again, I'm a little bit more, maybe you can say I'm a little conspiratorial, maybe. I lean into it sometimes, right? I don't lean into organized conspiracies or anything like that, but I like thinking outside the box every now and again. And so I think if Trump tests positive there's no way that Trump just tested positive at 12:40 in the morning on October 2nd. No. I don't think so. I think this guy tested positive a couple days ago, potentially before the debate. I don't know. I think personally that it's very likely that Trump had coronavirus on the debate stage. Now, I would love to see if Biden is going to get a test, because he should. Everyone that was there should get a test. But I find it difficult to believe that Donald Trump got coronavirus, had symptoms as of last night, as of like yesterday, right? Like yesterday afternoon, had symptoms and did not have the coronavirus, 2 days before that? I find that highly unlikely. Personally, I find that extremely unlikely. That's just my opinion. I know there's no facts supporting this, and I'm fully aware of that. There are no facts supporting this, but my opinion is that Donald Trump had coronavirus throughout the debate. And again, we live in the United States of America. My opinion can do anything. The sky is orange and carrots are growing out of my ceiling. Prove me wrong, motherfucker. Feelings over facts. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, again, this is just really fun stuff. I'm having a great day. I'm having an absolutely great day. Wow. I didn't think like a boost of energy like this morning would happen, but I guess here we are. God damn. God damn.
You're dying. That's true. And it is what it is.
It is what it is. I love that. It is what it is.
So stupid. So stupid. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my god damn. But there's another thing I want to talk about when it comes to the Donald Trump has coronavirus thing. And that is, I'm not going to get any of these tweets directly, but that's this. That's this whole thing. The neoliberal losers, and there have been a lot of them. I've seen a couple like Rachel Maddow. I've seen Pete Buttigieg here. I've seen a couple of these neoliberal blue checkmark Twitter users going like, "Oh, Donald Trump has corona! Oh, I'm so distraught! Oh, I hope he has a speedy recovery! I hope he's okay! Oh, no one deserves corona! Not even..." Like, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I get it. I get it. You want to look like you're above it all, motherfucker, but that's the name of my show, not yours. Get your own podcast, Pete. I know you've got your own podcast, okay? You should have chose a better name, because this is ridiculous, dude. The idea that you are going to... I hate Trump as much as the next guy, but Trump has coronavirus, and even though he's a white supremacist who's killed 200,000 people, I hope he's okay. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Me personally, right? My favorite potential future is the one where Trump wins the election, right? Is in the middle of cheating the election, I should say, because he's not going to be able to win via voting or electoral means. That guy's toast. He's done. He's done, okay? After that first debate, Trump is done. But my favorite fan fiction is Trump is in the middle of cheating the election to win, right? Like it's going to the courts, and then he dies right before a Supreme Court decision on whether or not Trump should get a second term. That is my favorite future. Like, as far as comedy goes, as far as the hilarity of the absolute state of American democracy, quote unquote, goes, I think it would be really funny if the Supreme Court has the case, do we pick Trump as president like we picked Bush in 2000, on their desk, and then that morning Donald Trump passes away from corona? That would be a beautiful future. That would be an amazing future. That would be absolutely hilarious, okay? And I just so the idea that Pete Buttigieg and all these other Democrat officials, right, are going to come out there and go like, oh, like this tweet is really good because it encapsulates like the two sides, like the two-faced nature of the rat fucker. Disavowing white supremacists should be at the bare minimum. It's disqualifying that this president can't even do that. Wishing the President Trump and the First Lady a full and speedy recovery. Like, really? Really? Like, what? Come on, man. That shit's cringe. That shit is cringe, okay? Neoliberals, go home, okay? Do you think Trump would wish you a speedy recovery? Bitch, Trump doesn't even know who you are. Pete Buttigieg, like maybe he does, but still, like, do you think he would ever mention, if you got coronavirus, Mayor Pete Mr. Fuck, right? If you got coronavirus, do you think Trump would even tweet it out? Do you think Trump would even mention you in any capacity ever? So why are you giving him the same treatment that you think he would theoretically, hypothetically not give you in a million years? Why? Because you're a beta male? This is cuck shit, okay? If you had a strong opposition, right, Nancy Pelosi would be like, all right, he's toast. Right, let's find a way to get Mike Pence out of there and install me as president. That's what Nancy Pelosi would be saying if she had any fucking balls, right? But she's not going to do that. I'm sure she's written out her tweet about the speedy recovery or whatever. It's cringe. It's so cringe. And being this cringe, I have to stop looking at it because I'm about to die from cringe. Hello, Quincy Smith. I wonder what Trump's views on the vaccine are now. Yeah, me too. That's going to be so good. They knew Hicks had it on Wednesday. Absolutely. What's your onion on the potential of it all being a political stunt? I think that's possible. WT serves. Don't forget Herman Cain, Trump's super supporter, likely got it at a Trump rally. The weird neurosurgeon, African American, one of the few on the Trump side. Are you talking about Ben Carson? Or is Herman Cain also a neurosurgeon? That's weird. Yeah, I mentioned Herman Cain at the top of the show. Hello, S31 Cow. Welcome. iTora says, really wonder how the... I'm getting a phone call. I'm getting interrupted right now. I'm getting a phone call. I'm looking at my phone. I'm not going to answer it. I'm not going to answer that phone call. Really wonder how the negationists are handling this now. What is a negationist? Is this a word that I've just learned for the first time in my life? I know people already have conspiracy theories about Biden giving it to him knowingly. Oh my god, that would be so good. Hello, Yo Soy Daniel, the curse of Tech Umse. Oh my god. S31 Cow? In the situation, I'd say silence is golden if you're a politician, even the libs. I disagree. Personally, but maybe I'm just a little too young. Maybe I don't really care about optics enough, but I'm out there with the crab emojis. That's me. If Trump died, then Pence would be president. He'd probably pick Mark Meadows for I don't think so. I don't think so. Mark Meadows is vice president? No, God, no. There's so many better people on that list, even for Mike Pence to pick. There's so many better people that they would just leave the fucking office vacant, I would think. Like, I don't know. They're only going to have it for like a month? Why even have that vice president there for like a month? That's just a waste of time. Trump dying of Rona and Pence being the prez would be so funny since Pence is the guy appointed to handle the coronavirus crisis at first. Exactly. That's really good. Don't know if the numbers will be great enough, but Florida has a lot of old Trumpsters, and the Repub governor just opened up the state, so a lot of virus traffic will go on for a month before November. I wonder how many people that aren't going to do mail-ins because they're Trump supporters won't be able to go to vote on Election Day because, like, they got coronavirus and they're in the hospital, and they're like, I must go vote for... I must go vote for the president. Let me out of here. And then the nurse is like, you're not going anywhere, Mr. Rumpelstiltskin. I gotta make America great again. Like, I'm guessing that's going to happen. Zach says, it's not me. It's not me either. I meant with negationists, people who think Rona isn't real. Oh yeah, the hoaxsters. It's a hoax. It's a China hoax. China plague. Fucking the China plague. Speaking of the China plague. Speaking of the China plague, we have a totally normal, definitely stable, highly hinged response from Keemstar here, and I came across this, a former nemesis of mine. Keemstar's reaction to Trump having coronavirus as stable and as hinged as humanly possible. Let's watch.
Just thinking out loud here, Trump has COVID-19, and let's say our president of the United States dies of COVID-19. Wouldn't that be considered an assassination by China? Just a question. Maybe I'm wrong, but just the way, I mean, have you seen
the China plague?
I'm pretty sure they man-made, like, have you seen the articles? Like, this wasn't from bats.
What a fucking idiot. What a fucking idiot. Holy shit. Holy fucking fuck. The China plague. It's from China. That's where this virus came from. You know what? It's a shame that even one person... Remember when Trump was on the debate stage and he said this twice? He said this at 2 separate moments, like 30 minutes apart. He was like, it's a shame that anyone had to die. It's a shame. One person dying is a damn shame. But it came from China. Why don't you ask China that question? Because it came from China. Oh, God. It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, should China be liable for assassinating our president? Keemstar has the real questions. The real hard-hitting questions here on this evening of fun content producing. Keemstar is asking the heavy-hitting questions. So shout-outs to this guy. Wow, what a dullard. What a dullard. Let me just tell you. Believe me, what a dullard. Holy fuck.
Not good. Believe me, not good.
I love that clip. Not good. I could listen to this on loop forever.
Not good. Believe me,
it's
not
so
good. Not good. Believe me, not good.
Believe me, not good.
Not good. Believe me, not good. Not good. Believe me, not good. Not good. Believe me, not good. Not.
It's just so funny. For those wondering, Donald Trump is saying this when Hurricane Irma was upgraded to a Category 5. So, if in case you're wondering what the context of this is his reaction to a hurricane that is potentially destroying, like, Puerto Rico again. This was his live reaction when he was told in the White House press room about the upgrade to Category 5. His reaction was...
not good. Believe me, not good.
Oh my God. Not good. Believe me, not good. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. That is so fucking funny. Whew! It is a great day. It is a great day. WT serves. For some reason, they stopped trying to trace the genome and never tried to establish patient zero in the West. This sounds like a Resident Evil script. The Chinese did such a study, and it pointed to the U.S. That smoking gun is concealed. That's fucking funny. Holy fucking shit. Again, just real quick.
Not good. Believe me, not good.
Oh my God. Alright, so speaking of things that are not good, and believe me, these things are not good. The war on Christmas is starting early this year. And it's really weird, you know, because the war on Christmas, as we all know, every 12 months, every 10 months, or it's like one of those formulas where like we begin a day earlier, every 364 days or something. We begin the new era of the war on Christmas. And so Melania Trump, this came out a couple hours before she was diagnosed with a positive result on coronavirus. She had a leaked tape from July of 2018 where she was definitely kicking off. This is the shot heard round the world, everybody, in the war on Christmas. So let's watch.
They say I'm complicit. I'm the same like him. I support him. I don't say enough. I don't do enough.
No.
Where I am, I'm working like a ass my ass off.
I know.
With Christmas stuff that, you know, who gives a about Christmas stuff and decoration, but I need to do it, right?
Yeah, but 100%. You have no...
Have you ever watched, like, Scandal? This is a show, kind of like a West Wing fantasy show, right? And in the show, the first lady in the show, like, her whole character is she doesn't want to be a first lady and she gets pissed off by doing all the ceremonial stuff. That's literally what this is. That's what this is. Who gives a fuck about Christmas? I want to go out there and do stuff, but instead I'm doing Christmas decorations? Who gives a fuck? And keep in mind, this is from July 2018, so I'm assuming that they're talking, like, in post of, like, their first Christmas in the White House, right? When they put an end, a temporary ceasefire on the war on Christmas. And again, this is her reaction. Again, they won. They won a big battle in 2017, right? Christmas became a national holiday again after the black man took it away for 8 years, right? And Bush was trying. He was a fighter, but he definitely ended up losing the war on Christmas to a black man. But this is her reaction. She is totally ungrateful.
I know Christmas stuff that, who gives a about Christmas stuff and decoration, but I need to do it, right?
Yeah, but 100%. You have no choice.
And then I do it, and I say that I'm working on Christmas, planning for the Christmas, and they said, oh, what about the children? They were separated. Give me a break. Where they were saying anything?
Yeah. There's concentration camps going on. They're doing family separations. But give me a break. I'm talking about Christmas here. And yeah, I don't really care about Christmas. Fuck Christmas. But you know what? Fuck them kids even more. Yeah, right? This is not good. This is not good. As far as the Trump PR from the last 24 hours, I swear.
Not good. Believe me, not good.
It's not good. So let me go back and watch this again.
Break. About the children, they were separated. Give me a break. Where they were saying anything when Obama did that?
I know.
The black man.
Why
weren't they going after the black man? Why are they going after me? This sucks.
I was trying to get the kid reunited with the mom. I didn't have a chance. Needs to go through the process and through the law.
But here's my thing.
Law and order.
You just said, but instead of that,
you can tell whoever this is, I don't know who this is, but whoever's interviewing Melania at this point, she's baffled. She's like, whoa, what the hell? I've got some hot, spicy tamales right here. What do I say to this?
Messaging, you were so loved.
They would not do the story.
You were so loved.
They would not do this.
You were so loved, and then you said, fuck Christmas. And then the war on Christmas began yet again.
Story. You would not believe it. They would not do the story because they would not do the story because they are against us because they're liberal media. Yeah, if I go to Fox, they will do the story. I don't want to go to Fox.
They hate Christmas.
It's so interesting. There's
is there anything
Christmas,
in this part? I don't care about what Anderson Cooper has to say. I just want to hear "fuck Christmas" again. I just like that's.
Who gives a about Christmas?
I'm sorry. Please give that to me one more time.
Who gives a about Christmas stuff?
Okay, so this is going to make, in a couple of months from now when the war on Christmas really ramps up, this is going to be a lot of fun. This is definitely going to change the strategical and tactical outlines in the trench warfare of the war on Christmas, and I am all here for it, buddy. I am looking forward to this. But goddamn, again, let me just hear those one more time. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck about Christmas stuff?
Christmas stuff that, who gives a about Christmas stuff?
Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. Oh, you just love to see it. I'm sorry. Today is a popcorn thriller episode of Above It All. I'm having fun today. I'm allowed, right? I'm allowed to have fun every once in a while, right? What the fuck? I'm allowed. That's totally okay, right? I'm allowed to have fun, so fuck you. Fuck you if you don't like my fun. Seriously? I'm just going to put that out there. Alright, let me read the chat. I hadn't heard anything about the war on Christmas until now. Well, you're in Europe. Aitor, the war on Christmas is big here. There's the war on terror. We've got the war on terror, right? And then it's kind of like a proxy war. It's the war on Christmas. It's been happening. Really, really, you can trace the first shots being fired. You can trace them all the way back to the Reagan administration. Reagan really tried his best, because I remember Jimmy Carter was really doing some damage to the nuclear family and the Christmas tradition. And then Reagan came in there, reset everything. And then Clinton beat George H.W. And then ever since that point, the Satan-worshipping Clintonites have been tearing away at Christmas. And really, it's just culminated in this moment. It's not good. It's not good. Who gives a fuck about Christmas? Republican First Lady Melania. That's such a good quote. Who gives a fuck about Christmas? I gotta clip that. Someone remind me to clip that. Goddamn. Hell yeah, today is off to a hilarious start. Absolutely. This is great. No, she's talking about Xmas. See, Xmas was a heavy blow in the war on Christmas. They won't even say Christ anymore. They took the Christ out of Christmas. This is like shit that when I was growing up. Because when I was growing up, I grew up in the 2000s, right? During the George Bush administration. I was born in 96, so, you know, like, I'm like 6 years old, and I'm looking at, like, Bill O'Reilly. They took the Christ out of Christmas. They took the Christ out of Christmas. These liberals, they don't even want to say Christmas anymore. They're afraid to say Christ. They're afraid to celebrate Christ, our Lord and Savior. Oh, God. It's the war on Claire. Like, it was so stupid. Oh, it's so good. The war on fucking Christmas. I love that shit. Hey, Brian Carr. Haha, Trump has coronavirus and Christmas is canceled. Absolutely. Damn, this is some good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, this is something that I wanted to share. The Colorado governor grants a full unconditional pardon to everyone convicted of a possession of an ounce or less of marijuana. So you can see this executive order here. That's good stuff. Just throwing that out there. Colorado, good stuff. Getting the jump on that one. So I thought that was really nice. I just wanted to throw that in there. Just really wanted to throw that in there. But something else. Oh god, we got a cringer. Trump 2020. What is that? Like, okay emoji, okay emoji, okay emoji. KKK Biden, thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down. Angry cat face, angry cat face, angry cat face. Well said, Diego. Well said. Aster, are you ready for the horse race betting? For all the people Trump was around in the past week? Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready. The next few days, the next week. Again, I've been saying this, and I was... Okay, hold the phone. Okay? Give you a second here. Hold your phone. Make sure your phone is being held. So I am on record saying that October is going to be the last somewhat stable month. I am on record saying that, yeah, by the end of October, chances are human civilization will probably reach a new point of cringe. Now, did I really realize and put together that there were still so many curveballs left for 2020? Like, we're still waiting on the alien invasion. But Trump getting diagnosed with coronavirus on the first day of the month. I was not expecting that. I was not anticipating that. That was not something that I was aware of. That was something that could happen. But wow. Right? That's just wow. Really, really funny stuff. Really funny stuff. Just really funny stuff. But yeah, as far as this episodic installation goes, I've got some more stuff to talk about, and I know we've been celebrating Trump having corona, but I've got some interesting stuff, and I you know, I don't want to... When I do this kind of thing, I'm not doing this in a sense of signal boosting Republicans or signal boosting people that have otherwise terrible opinions, but in order to really understand what is going on in the world through a Marxist lens, you need to really analyze those that are entrenched in power. And when Trump was on the debate stage and he refused to condemn white supremacy when given a layup, right? He was given not even a softball, right? The ball was being like an ant, or like an ant colony was crawling underneath the ball like a cartoon. So it was like slowly moving toward him, and then the ants dispersed, placing the ball in front of him. And then Trump still missed, right? Like, that's how bad that debate question was. And so here we have a reaction, and this is a funny reaction. There's a lot to make fun of here. But we have a reaction to that from the Dilbert creator, the creator of Dilberts, right? Who has been dying on the hill of the Charlottesville hoax. This guy's credibility has been thrown through the mud. It's gone. Just like the radical left with Joe Biden, it's gone. So this is Scott Adams' reaction to Trump telling a violent hate group to stand back and stand by. And I find this stuff to be really funny.
When the Fine People hoax came up again, I literally stood up from the couch.
It's the hoax. It's the Charlottesville hoax. It's not real. It's fake news.
And said, here it is. Here's the moment where Trump just has to say, you know, you based your entire campaign on that lie. I just encourage everybody to look at the transcript, and you'll see that the part that they cut out is the part where I clarified that I'm condemning those groups. If he had said that...
Now again, for those of you that don't know Scott Adams over the last couple of years, right? I see him pop up every once in a while. He says inane, absurd shit, okay? This guy is an idiot, right? But like this mentality is something that's really, I think, important. Because you have, and this is something that I figured this out, and I kind of put together this synthesis in the primary, where you had the Yang gang, and I don't mean to shit on Andrew Yang supporters here. I'm really sorry. I'm just using you as a case study, so I apologize. But you had the Andrew Yang supporters. And throughout the primary, Andrew Yang would say more and more ridiculous, awful, disgusting, warmongering garbage, right? Like every few months he'd drop a whole new, like, oh yeah, Israel should have absolute power over the region. Kind of, like he would just like go full-fledged cringe. And every time you would get a bunch of people that would defend him no matter what. Because UBI, Yang Gang, Yang Gang. And that's where I realized that these people aren't really, like, they're not after policy. They're not after, like, oh, they don't really even care about a UBI. They don't give a shit, right? What they are is they created a political identity, an online persona, based around a temporary political campaign, right? So, like, these are people that joined Twitter just to talk about Andrew Yang because they're obsessed losers. And you see this in a lot of other areas, like Elon Musk fanboys, for example, and there's a huge Venn diagram, right? But when I was getting annoyed on a daily basis by Andrew Yang supporters, this is where I kind of realized, like, these people, like, they're not here for policy debate. I actually debated an Andrew Yang supporter for like 3 hours back in, like, I think the height of the primary, like February or something. And like it boiled, or maybe January. I think it was before the primary started. But and they're like they literally knew nothing about politics. And the reason why I bring this up, and like the whole thing was like me just kind of telling them historical events of what happened in, like, you know, during the Obama administration, and going like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. And they seemed like a nice guy, right? But that on the other end, you have the Trump supporters. Their whole political, like, not just their whole political identity, because these people don't know anything about policy. That's why you have them say, Trump is the anti-war president. Trump is anti-war. He ended the wars, even though he's exacerbated the drone strikes, right? He has done more drone strikes in the year of 2019 than Obama did in 8 years, all right? But he's the anti-war president. He's the anti-war president. The economy is great. Yeah, so what if only like 20-30% of the country has stocks? The economy, it's great. It's soaring. The economy is wonderful, right? So these people have based not their political identity, because they know nothing about politics, but they have based their entire internet, and a lot of these people are also in real life, they have based their entire personality on supporting a political campaign, and it's embarrassing. And so that's what you need to understand. That is what Scott Adams' position is here, is he has been in this situation. He has been addicted to simping for the President of the United States on a daily basis for 4-5-ish years. That has been his calling card. And so this is his reaction. So hopefully I set that up with the right frame.
I would have said, I'm really happy that I've spent so much of my time and my personal credibility, a great deal of money. I would say that my personal...
And again, look, he is saying he has spent his personal credibility, he has spent his money, because that's what it is for these people, right? Like, all of their friends are like, Trump 2020, Trump 2020. Like, you know when these people, these morons come into my stream chat, or when they post a comment on my YouTube channel, and it's like, Trump 2020, CAG, MAGA, TDS. Like, These people do that in real life. Like when they're calling their like fucking mom who's like sick with coronavirus. Hey mom, MAGA, MAGA, and then like the mom on the other side of the phone's like Trump 2020, and they're both like USA, USA, like because these people are fucking cringy, like they're losers, right? And again, I have been to a lot of these right-wing protests. I used to go to right-wing protests all the time when I lived in Washington D.C., right? And that's all they are, is they just say USA, they chant and they just sing fucking national anthems, and it's cringe and it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing, right? So when you've got people that are addicted to that and they realize there's like a breaking point where they realize that they have spent the last 5 years of their lives simping for an idiot, it really, like, again, it breaks people. And again, I know, I'm just trying to watch this video, but again, it's just a great reaction.
Personal credibility, a great deal of money. I would say that my personal financial situation is way worse because of supporting the president. There's no question about that. And I thought it's so obvious what you should say in this situation, and then he just didn't. And I thought to myself, I really feel abused, honestly. I took it personally. That wasn't politics anymore. That was not politics anymore. That was me personally, and I feel like he screwed me personally. And then I had to sit there stewing in that. And then this white nationalist, or the white supremacist question comes up, and he botched it. It was a layup. It was free money sitting on the fucking table, and he left it there.
Again, and this is what I'm saying here. There have been some post-debate polls that are finally coming out. Biden has reached 50% in a lot of these polls. He has reached 51, 52, 53, 54%. I've seen Biden have. Trump is down into the 30s. I have seen him at 39% in a lot of national polls. Now again, national polls aren't as important as swing state polls. I have seen Biden up 5, 6 points in Pennsylvania. I have seen Biden up 10 points in Wisconsin. Right? In a lot of these swing state polls, right, Biden was trending upwards before the debate. And so the debate for Trump is awful. It is one of those moments where you've got a split again. You've got the people that are like, you know what? Yeah, damn right. Patriot Prayer, right? You know, Proud Boys, all these groups that are just killing people, right? In fact, like enacting violence across the country for years and years. That's great. I endorse them, right? That's fine, right? You got those people that are at least ideologically consistent. Now, they're consistently garbage, they're evil, and we need to oppose them at every step of the way, right? But then there's still, and again, I know, for people like us that follow politics every day, it's bizarre, right? But there's still these people that are like, oh yeah, whatever, I don't really follow, because again, the Trump supporters usually aren't political. They don't follow politics. They just, oh, Trump's a, reality show guy, he's funny, he's witty, and I like when he says bullshit, right? Like, that's fine, whatever. But when you're seeing people tune into the debate, because like now the election's a month away, so they're going to tune into the debate, and then they see that guy on there, on that stage. Like, again, a focus group of independent, undecided voters routinely and roundly called him a crackhead. People that were undecided. These aren't radical left Democrats. These are regular people who don't pay attention to politics, looking at this debate as objectively as possible and thinking, holy shit, Trump is a fucking lunatic. And then you've got Trump supporters, right, who are like, holy shit, I can't defend you if you are going to openly embrace white supremacy. Because it's hard, right? When you're like a person that's not just like an everyday Joe, right? It's hard. And when you've got a situation where your entire family isn't diehard Trump supporters, which a lot of people, they might have a lot of family members that are Trump supporters, but a lot of people probably have family members that are Trumpers, family members that don't care, family members that are Biden people, right? Right? A lot of people, again, they've got that Trump family, they're in there, they're entrenched, they're ungettable, they're gone, right? But the people that are kind of in that weird, like, semi-objective kind of neutral area, when they see Donald Trump have a question about white supremacy, and instead of even remotely going for any damage control, he embraces them, and then he doubles down by saying that these groups need to watch the polling places. That horrifies a lot of people. And the Trump coalition is not just a coalition of Nazis. You will see a lot of people say, oh, all Trump voters are evil. That's not the case. There are a lot of Trump voters, right? And even right now, not even 2016, but right now, that like as of a couple weeks ago, there were a lot of Trump supporters that just don't pay attention. And so when they get polled, they go like, yeah, I guess Trump, whatever. Because they don't really care. It's a default support for these people. And now they're actually tuning in and they're seeing what, like, on earth they've been supporting. And it's like basically kind of like looking into a mirror and seeing, is this how other people have seen me? People that I've talked to who know a little bit more about politics than I do, is this what I've been defending? And it's breaking a lot of people. The coalition for Donald Trump is falling apart. So let me finish this guy's little manifesto.
And he left it there. And he left me on that table too. He left me just exposed. So he lost my vote. He lost my vote. Can he get it back? Yeah, all he'd have to do is fix that. I mean, how hard is it to fix it? Well, apparently it's pretty fucking hard for him because he's taken 3 years since Charlottesville and he hasn't fucking fixed it yet. Easiest fucking thing he could ever fix. I take it personally.
Again, I'm not trying to signal boost this MAGA freakazoid, right? But I'm just trying to give you that context of how people feel when they dedicate a significant portion of their lives. Because Scott Adams, this guy looks pretty old, right? He's not going to get those 5 years back. So this guy is probably going to write a book, right? This guy is probably already writing a book about how Donald Trump, like, stole his youth or whatever. Like I guarantee you this guy's got a book in the works. I guarantee you when Trump is gone, he's gone, right? When Trump is gone, Scott Adams is going to come out with a book. And you're going to see a lot of these people that were on the Trump train coming out with books. And then you're going to see, like, the never-Trumper Republicans, right? The weirdos, the Lincoln Project freakazoids. And they're going to be like, we told you so. Meanwhile, everyday Americans are sitting here waiting for our next stimulus check. When's it going to happen? I don't know, buddy. I don't know. Hasn't happened yet. Oops. Anyway. How's everyone going? I notice I'm getting quite a bit of viewers today. More than I normally do. It might just be because of the news for today. But thank you, everyone, for being here. This is Above It All. This is my podcast. I do this every day at 10 o'clock Eastern. Hey, Yu-Gi-Oh fan. I am a Yu-Gi-Oh fan indeed, as you can tell. I am indeed a Yu-Gi-Oh fan. All right, let me scroll up a bit. I love reading comments, so just give me a sec. Hello, Camo Jor-El. It's like rain. Okay. It's because the liberals are triggered by USA Chance. Oh, we got a real high IQ genius here. Rocking the cue ball look. I mean, honestly, yeah, he's not doing too bad on that front. At least he's embraced it. Whew. The creator of Dilbert is a white nationalist. Yeah, that's good for... I know, it's really funny. It's really funny. It's really funny. Yeah, I mean, for me, the debate was just fun for me. Like, I'm a very politically involved person. I know a lot about what's going on. So for me, it's just pure entertainment, right? But yeah, when you see normal people looking at the debate and it's like, Trump is embracing white nationalism and telling terrorist groups to be poll watchers, that's scary. And for a lot of people that, like, they're maybe not on the fence of neoliberalism versus fascism because they're just uneducated, right? But they're on the fence of open embracing of racism, right? This is something that you need to understand. Before Barack Obama was elected, a majority, you can look this up, a majority of Americans, not Republicans, not Democrats, a majority of Americans thought that the Republican Party was to the left of the Democrats on race. This is a study that was done in like 2006, before Barack Obama's campaign for president. a majority of Americans thought Republicans during the Bush administration, right? While Hurricane Katrina was happening, a majority of Americans thought that Republicans were leftier than the Democrats on race. Think about that, right? Think about that. That's nuts. That's nuts. And you're still seeing the remnants of that today, because not that many people pay attention, sadly. But yeah, that's some very useful information. It's true. How haven't more people died this year at the hands of BLM than the Proud Boys? God, these people are fucking dimwits. Is that a Mega Man poster behind me? Hey, Matt, say yes. Yes, this is Mega Man X6. My favorite Mega Man game. Maybe I'll play it today. I don't know. I'm feeling really good today. Like, the news, Trump having coronavirus, that's actually, like, gotten me a nice mood booster. And I'm drinking my coffee. I'm, like, halfway through my coffee. Feeling pretty good. That's a Doom 2 poster. That's Bernie Sanders merch. That's my anti-fascist flag. That is another Mega Man thing. These are some Yu-Gi-Oh! Books, manga collections. That is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic Ruler booster box promotional poster. These are the same posters that would be at the card shops back in 2002. They're holographic. I've got most of them. I still need Legend of Blue Eyes, though. They're so fucking dumb. They live in such a false consciousness. They must feel like they've been cheated on over a 4-year marriage. Yeah, no, literally. That's what Scott Adams is doing here. He feels personally betrayed, and that's good. Like, I mean, when you base your entire identity, like, if you have Trump sewed into your framework as a person, that's a little embarrassing. Like, for me, like, again, a huge Bernie supporter. I spent 2 years working with the Bernie campaign, right? And then Bernie dropped out. Like, yeah, sure, I've still got my Bernie merch up, but you don't see me talking about Bernie Sanders every day. Like, when's the last time I've covered Bernie on my channel? Like, months ago, right? Like, I'm not a Bernie, like, fanatic. I like him. He's one of my favorite politicians, but, like, again, that, like, these people will literally, like, they will wake up and they will talk about Trump all day, every day. It's Trump, Trump, USA, USA. Like, it's like a monologue, like an audio track constantly playing in their head, right? Like they wake up, they open their eyes, and, like, their alarm plays, right? And then they turn their alarm off, but wait, it's not their alarm. It's just in their head. They've got an audio track constantly at all times with USA, Trump 2020, USA, like, in their brain. And it's fucking creepy, dude. It's strange. It's fucking bizarre. Hello, the laugh later. Basically the same as people making a paste bin about how they've reformed, and then they take a 2-week break from speedrunning, and then they come back doing the same thing again. God bless. Want to know what makes me cringe about Donald Trump? Trump's voice gives me cringe. His sun-tanned orange face gives me cringe as well, and so do his tanned supporters. What about his non-tanned supporters? There's a lot of those, too. Politics don't matter. All politicians have been kidnapped by demons. It's still a show. I'm not so sure about that. But, is it a show? Yes. Politicians are a show. Yes. Politics, rather, are very important. It's a life and death for everybody. So when you conflate politicians being bad with politics, that is actually what they want. They want you to check out. They want you to not care about 200,000 people dying of coronavirus. They want you to not care about the fact that rich people are stealing money from poor people. They want you to not care about the fact that there's like half of the global like population that just doesn't really have basic things like electricity, food stability. They want you to just ignore that. They want you to look at your little game device. They want you to watch your little Netflix, and they want you to be good little consumers. They don't want you to care about anyone else. So no, politics are very important. Focusing on politicians, I agree. That's I'm not an electoral person, but politics are very important. Is this a lucid dream? I hope so, because it's a good. I had some great dreams last night, but maybe I'll talk about that later. All politicians are in the employ of the Western 1% who want the world's wealth in their back pocket. That is absolutely correct. Democrats, Republicans orchestrate for them thefts in progress worldwide from WT Serves. That is absolutely correct. Do you have the magic thing? You got Red Eyes Dragon? I do have Red Eyes Black Dragon. S31 cow. I can't, like, I'm trying to move on to my next segment here, but y'all keep talking, and I'm just reading all the comments, dude. It's weird. It's crazy how many people were and still are that asleep. How do you think Republicans are to the left of Democrats? I don't know. I really don't know. I feel you. You're right. Thank you. Isn't Trump in your head too? You got it. Hypocrisy. I'm exposed. I talked about Trump on a podcast. I'm exposed. I don't understand Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. I bought new cards to start again and the game was gibberish. Yeah, no. I only do 2002, 2003, 2004. That's all I do. All those Trump trending topics on Twitter with hundreds of thousands of interactions are by the right, right? Sure. I don't know what you're trying to say. Cyber, this isn't a question to be disrespect, but are you Islamophobic? Because if you are, I'm gone. No, I am not Islamophobic. Of course not. Politics are not important. Real politics are the occult. Yeah, the laugh later. I think you should watch a few more of these podcasts, and maybe we'll get back to me in a week on that one. But let's just say I agree to disagree for now. Trump is done. He doesn't see a path to victory, so he's planning his exit. Yeah, no, his exit is the Supreme Court stealing an election like they did in 2000. That's his exit. There's a slight chance that Donald Trump is faking his COVID to get away with looking like a fool for the next debate. I think that's possible. Dioptiac, Octopac. I think that's totally possible. I'm not. That's not out of the question for me. I was mentioning that earlier. Him maybe skipping the next two debates. You know, I think that's totally likely. Living in your head rent free. How many Trumps does it take to screw in a light bulb? None. He just sends the cops to beat up the room for being black. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Well, actually, I mean, that's not good, but you know, that's a good joke. Looting in progress in the open in Syria, already done in Libya and Bolivia. Starvation sanctions in place in Venezuela and against anybody doing biz with them or the Russians. Absolutely. Sanctions are a global terror project from the rich to the poor, for sure. The left lives Donald Trump. He's in their heads more than those on the right screaming MAGA. It's every day for them. Everyday triggerings. Twitter is rife. Counterpoint Green Goblin. He's the president of the United States, right? Like, there was a big meme, and you might not be old enough for this, but I'm slightly old enough for this. But whenever something would go wrong during the Obama years, right, there would be a meme that we would say, oh, thanks, Obama. Like, that would be the meme that we would do. Like, when I was, like, 17 years old. Oh, shit. You know, like, this happened. Thanks, Obama. So, yeah, he's the president of the United States. If something is going to happen, the president's name is going to be mentioned. That's just how it works. We're not like, I don't know. I shouldn't even bother explaining this to you. But, yeah, I've got one more thing. I've got one more thing that I want to talk about here. And on the subject of the Proud Boys, here we have, I don't know this person. There's a bunch of these guys that I'm familiar with. This one not particularly. And I don't know if this is a Proud Boy or just a goon. But this is one of Trump's like little sycophants. Basically, he has convinced himself, he is in a delusional episode, that if Trump loses, Antifas are going to burn down the world. Antifa is going to be funded by George Soros, and they're going to burn down the entire planet. And so, as a result, we need to preemptively go to war before they kill us all. Let's watch.
I don't know if a lot of y'all understand this or not, but come November, there's a war coming. Whoever wins.
Show the @ Kristen Zach. Is this a comedian? I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe. It's totally possible I'm being triggered. At the same time, however, I have seen this same sentiment said many, many times. So whether or not this is satire, and it's totally possible it is, because at this point, day and age, it's hard to tell, right? I have seen this sentiment expressed by people unironically. So either way, let's take it.
It's down to 2. We already know this. Third party, they don't even matter. It's down to 2. one or the other is going to win. As a certain supporter, we know which one's going to win. Trump 2020.
Which one's going to win?
But there's a thing about it. The reason why I say there's a war coming is because if Trump wins, Black Lives Matter and all them other Antifa dumbasses are going to try to start a war. We ready. Don't worry. We ready. Us rednecks and stuff, we ready for y'all. But if Biden wins, we coming. And we coming strong.
We coming strong. But again, like, these are the kinds of people, the absolute dullards, right? Is there a civil war brewing in this country? Maybe. Totally possible. Is it going to be a military conflict? I don't think so. And this is one thing that I think a lot of the discourse going on in this country is tainted by our lack of understanding of history. The American experiment, right? A lot of people in America believe in, or at least in a way, roundabout way, of the American exceptionalism. American history is think, oh, if there's gonna be a civil war in this country, it's gonna be exactly like the Civil War we already had. No. The Civil War in the United States, before it became a North versus South military conflict, was a several decade-long legal conflict, right, with states in the South and the North, like, battling, right, in the federal Congress and in the presidency and so forth. There were a lot of public battles. You had a lot of public politicians literally dueling each other. Like, that was a thing that occurred in the, 50 years prior to the American Civil War. You had a lot of terrorist attacks, both after and before the Civil War as a military conflict, right? Civil war is not just military conflict. It's not just, there's going to be Antifas and they're going to start a military and they're going to fight against the U.S. Like, that's not happening. A civil war is whenever there is a large amount of battles or terrorist attacks or any of these other things in, domestically from one side of a political spectrum to another, right? That is a civil war. It doesn't mean that, the U.S. National Guard is going to engage in armed conflict over an extended period of time in Minneapolis with the Antifa Military Corps 69th Division. That's not what a civil war is, all right? I personally think we're already in a civil war. Now, there's no way to know, right? You can't really judge history until you're a few years out, and then you look back and it's like, okay, yeah, around then is when it started. We don't really know, right? It's totally possible that Biden will win. There will be a smooth transition of power. Who knows? Trump will be dead from the coronavirus for all we know, right? So that whole thing could be just down the toilet. Who knows what's going to happen? I don't know. I don't know jack shit, okay? But let's assume my worst case scenario that I'm postulating is that the Supreme Court picks the president. We have another few years of Donald Trump, and that only will make things a lot worse. Now, again, there's also the alternative situation. Biden wins, the Supreme Court thing doesn't happen, and then you've got these right-wingers that are going to do terrorist attacks on polling places, right? Trump has already said he wants the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by, and then he doubled down and said he wants them to go guard polling places, right? So we've already had, right, we've already had violence take place. We've already had police kill people, unarmed people, for no reason. They've killed armed people for no reason, right? I would say, personally, when you've got an epidemic of police assassinations of American citizens, I would say that that's a good grounds to say that a civil war is brewing. You could say Ferguson is the initial breaking point. You could even go as far as to say Occupy is an initial breaking point of civil war. Because what happened after Occupy Wall Street? The Obama administration put through laws and regulations that allowed excess military equipment to be funneled to police departments. That made police departments much more geeked out on Call of Duty LARPing. That gave them infinite money for as many weapons as they want. And then you have them start killing more and more and more people. And that's weird, right? Why is that happening? And then you've got things like Ferguson, right? And the Black Lives Matter movement sparking out of that. Now, could you say that that is maybe a potential starting point for a civil war? Maybe. It really does depend on the escalation. Like, I would say if there is a civil war, we're already knee-deep into it. Are we waist-deep? No. Maybe we'll just stay at knee-deep. Maybe the water will just be really shallow, right? And then the tide will come, or the tide will go, whatever the phrase is. And, you know, the tide comes in, the tide comes out. We don't know how it happens. You can't explain that, as Bill O'Reilly famously said. But, like, you know, maybe the water's just going to be onto our ankles, right? Maybe it's just going to be knee-deep. Who knows, right? But it could be things are going to get a lot worse. Biden could win. These people think that they stole the election and they go, I don't know, shoot up a polling place, right? We could see similar situations to in 2000 when you had right-wing people, lunatics, right? Like the current Supreme Court Chief Justice Roberts, right? Just going up and rioting at police or at polling places, right? Trying to stop them from counting ballots because they wanted George W. Bush to win, right? That's interesting. Right, so like we could see that, except with armed militias, because that's the current place that we're in right now. You look at the conflicts going on, right? You look at what happened in Kenosha, where you have a literal teenager who's been born and raised on white supremacy, going in, working with police, right? Couple hours later, he shoots and kills 2 people. Right? You could say that's a good starting point. There's so many areas, it doesn't really matter. Like, there's no official, this is the beginning of civil war. If you look and extrapolate from other countries, from other situations, even fictitious situations, you will know a civil war is not declared. And it's probably not going to be an armed military conflict like the National Guard versus the Navy or something. Like, that's not going to happen. All right? That's not going to happen. So, I think if there is a civil war, it's probably going to be, we're probably already in it. And it's probably going to be a series of decentralized, one-off situations like Ferguson, Minneapolis, Kenosha, etc. And I think that there's plenty of room for right-wingers to have a lot of that. Like they've had a lot of these things in Portland, for example, where there's a lot of violence going on. And that's been happening since 2016, 2017, right? Especially with the Charlottesville situation. Like this stuff is brewing. And again, it doesn't need to be an armed military conflict like what we're told about the first American Civil War. It doesn't need to be that way. It just needs to be a fracturing. It just needs to be a giant divide in a country filled with guns where people start using them on each other in a more willy-nilly fashion. And we're definitely getting there. We're definitely getting there. So that's what I have to say about that. That's what I have to say about that. So, that pretty much wraps up the show today. I'll read the comments and stuff. But yeah, thank you for watching, y'all. Trump has coronavirus. Just like, so we're on the bookend there. Trump has coronavirus. Katie Sigmund, OMG, just started this. Last night when I saw this, I was so excited to wake up and hear the music, see the title of this vid. No disappointment. Thank you, Katie. I'm not sure if you're going to hear me read your comment if you're watching from the start, but thank you nonetheless. Dude, Green Goblin is like in their own universe right now. So the right can't do it, but the left can? One rule for thee, but not for me. It's not a meme. It's an everyday bombardment assault trying to smear. Get it right. Like, dude, this guy is like literally on shrooms or something. The thanks Obama meme is dead? I'm still finding it useful. No, me too, G-Wolf. I'm right there with you. What are the MAGA dummies going to do when Trump croaks? I don't know, but I can't wait to see that happen. Wait, show the at this. Okay, I already read that. Did you hear Colorado released all the weed smokers? Yeah, I touched on that a little bit. Kind of seems like they really want to continue to burn America no matter what. I don't know who they is. Don't think so. I was mistaking him for someone else. Okay. We had some military people threatening a coup here if the left-wing government won. You saw that in the United Kingdom over Jeremy Corbyn as well, which is just bizarre. After they won, there was no coup, lol. Just noise and people. Yeah, if there is going to be a civil war, a coup, it's not going to be a military conflict. It's going to be, again, the Supreme Court picking the president like they already did 20 years ago We already had a legal coup in the United States. George W. Bush lost the popular vote and lost the Electoral College. And they funneled a Supreme Court decision, and the Supreme Court said that this can't be used as precedent, which is almost unprecedented, and picked a losing president. We already had a legal coup 20 years ago, and the ramifications of that we're still dealing with. Burns down a city, riots, loots, murders. Look at what Trump did. This is Trump's America. Yeah, the reflafliator is going definitely down the hole of cringe. If Trump is president and something happens under Donald Trump's presidency, it is definitionally Trump's America. Now, if you want to say that Trump didn't cause that, that's one argument. But if you're saying things happening in Trump's America aren't Trump's America, that's a little weird. That's like definitely very interesting usage of language. Yeah, sanctions are merely the extortion racket of neoliberal rentier extractive capitalist hegemony. Absolutely. Yeah, no, the dude I was thinking of was Brent Tier. He did a great satire piece about his boat sinking. Oh yeah, I saw that. I know who you're talking about. Okay, Green Goblin is back at it. Spider-Man villain. There's a civil war coming. There's no maybe about it. If Biden wins, it will be fine. If Trump wins, they won't accept it, like they didn't before. Yeah, like liberals. Remember when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died? And liberals were like, we're gonna burn it all down! And then like Antifa people were like, wait a second, that's what we've been saying. And then the liberals were like, wait, we're not with them. I was just expressing my anger. Liberals aren't, no one's gonna burn anything down for Joe Biden. Dude, like you are living in an alternate universe. I mean, if you support Trump, you're an idiot. Like, you just and again, I say this with all due respect. I love that term. By the way, with all due respect is so good. Because it's such a backhanded thing, right? Because I don't respect you if you're a Trump supporter, right? But with all due respect, you're an idiot. If you support Donald Trump when he's killed 208,000 plus people from a failed coronavirus response, you are a fucking moron. You are a dumb motherfucker, right? There is no defending your attitude. You are just an illiterate, psychopathic, human dumpster. You are garbage if you think that mass death is acceptable. If you think that ICE agents and doctors performing forced hysterectomies on immigrants, if you think that that's okay, you are a psychopath piece of garbage. And if you vote or support Donald Trump, you are supporting that. Dude, the Reflaflate, are you a QAnon person? I'm starting to get QAnon vibes here. It doesn't matter which side you support. You don't understand. This isn't your world. It belongs to the light. The light. So Donald Trump, someone who is endorsing white supremacy, posting white power videos on his Twitter page, right, mocking the deaths of 200,000 people, that's the light? What? I'm getting high-key QAnon vibes. Trump will make things worse, not the people who are currently burning down cities. I have yet to see a city being burnt down. If you could provide a source for that, I would love that. Trump is the problem, not the violent rioters. Again, Trump is the problem. We have a pandemic depression. Unemployment is higher than the Great Depression, right? 28% of people under the age of 30 have attempted suicide in the last 8 months. There are 40 million people in the United States that are starving. Approximately 10 million of those are children that are undernourished or malnourished. 60% of American renters cannot pay their rent. And guess what? Rent was due yesterday. Again. Alright? 60% of Americans cannot pay their rent. Now, could Trump have prevented that? Yes. His job as president is to prevent things like that from happening, but he did not. You cannot say a reaction happens in a vacuum. Everything is connected. When you have a government that fails to act, look at Denmark, look at Canada, look at every other main modern country in the Western world, right? They all gave stimulus checks. They all gave packages to people. They made sure that everyone had masks on. And guess what? You look at the entirety of the European Union, they're doing very well when it comes to coronavirus. Yet our president now has coronavirus. 200,000 people, approximately, we have 27% of the world's cases, right? You have tens of millions of children who are starving, and you are going to say it's rioters and looters, as if that's just happening independently. Yep, there's just riots and looters happening just randomly. It's not like, oh, no one has a job. It's not like people are losing their homes. No. It's not like people are hungry and they're starving. That's not true at all. Trump is fine. He's fully absolved of all those things. It's just the rioters and looters. Everyone, don't focus on anything else, right? It doesn't matter if police are executing American citizens extrajudicially, right, against the law illegally. That's fine. It's the rioters and looters. Don't blame the action, only blame the reaction. You are an idiot. Laugh later. You're a fucking moron. With all due respect. Do you support shooting Marines with the super shotgun? I love Doom, is my answer to that. I'm in the UK, there's no looters, so don't know what you're talking about. There's rioters and looters. They're burning down every city in America. That's why you can only you can only see them burning down cities on Andy No's Twitter feed and nowhere else, because it's happening all over America. It's not like they're targeting specific businesses. No. The entirety of Minneapolis burned down. That's why there's a refugee crisis going on in Minnesota, because Minneapolis was burned to the ground. The whole city is gone. The cities are being burnt down, didn't you hear? So there's a refugee crisis going on in Minnesota because 500,000 to 1 million of people that currently live there, that's the population of Minneapolis, considering the whole city was burned down, and it wasn't just a few stores, right? I guess they burned down all the apartment buildings, they burned down all the suburbs, so we have 1 million refugees in Minnesota because all the cities are being burnt down, right? Not because people can't pay rent. No. No, it's because the cities are being burnt down. No. Totally. Absolutely. Fuck the police, but also help police. That does not exist. Interesting. Yeah, when you, again, I triggered the libs. I endorsed genocide. I triggered the libs. Yeah, immigrants getting forced hysterectomies. I triggered the libs. I'm supporting mass genocide. Oh, look at me. I triggered the lib. What? No, it's just you're an idiot. I'm not you supporting genocide does not trigger me. It's the stupidity of you thinking that you're seeing the light that's triggering me. It's just dumb. Again, oh my god, this guy is so stupid. I'm so sorry. I'm supposed to end my show right now, but I'm arguing with the chat, so bear with me here. Let me get a musical track here. All right, so I have now entered the portion of the stream where I argue with dullards. All right, let's go. We're officially here. You know what? We're doing an extra segment. We're doing an extra segment, everybody. It's happening. It's happening, okay? It's fucking happening. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it, okay? Alright. You ready? I'm ready. Let's go. I blame Trump for everything, including viruses. The WHO could have prevented that, but they didn't. Alright, okay. So again, Vietnam, 0 deaths. That's somehow they're okay, whatever. North Korea, they've had 0 cases, I think, right? Isn't that the thing I saw recently? I don't know. The European Union, they got hammered in March, April, May, but now a lot of those countries are opening up back to normal. New Zealand, right? Basically back to normal. China, can't trust China. The numbers, they're fake. China, Wuhan is holding like fucking pool parties all across the city, right? The president of the United States just got diagnosed with coronavirus. This is a disaster. How come we have a majority of the cases, right? As far as major countries go, we have like 27%. We've got a plurality, rather, of the cases all across the world. One country, we've got like what? Like fucking, I don't know, like 5% of the population of the world? And yet we've got like 27% of the cases? No. It's not Trump's fault. It's China. It's China. Why don't you ask China that question? It's not Trump's fault. No. It's China. The China plague. So stupid, dude. Holy shit. This is so dumb. These people are bizarre. Like, they're so stupid. And again, like, this other thing is like, if you hate Trump, you're a liberal, Antifa, BLM, Marxist. No! I just played a video of a far-right Republican, Scott Adams, saying that Trump has lost his vote. Look at the Lincoln Project. You do not need to be a far-left soy boy, Antifa, Marxist, Leninist, BLM, Antifa, Marxist, rioter, and looter to hate Trump. Republicans are having a mass exodus from the Republican Party over Donald Trump, okay? So there's many other options. There's many lanes for you to grift in, other than defending someone who's murdered 200,000 people. It's so dumb. Okay, so here's a question. They robbed an Amazon shipping center for the food, LMAO. Okay. Now, if you could have a phone, right? Let's say this is not a 3-year-old phone, or this is a 4-year-old phone. Let's say this is not a 4-year-old phone. This is the newest iPhone, right? And look how big it is, right? I can put this into my pocket. And let's say I could sell this on eBay for $800, right? It's the latest iPhone, the iPhone 69. Now, wouldn't it make a lot more sense if I am starving, if I have a starving family, to, instead of going to the grocery store and trying to have look at all my baguettes, like an armful of baguettes, right, that you can barely carry out. Wouldn't it make more sense to steal an iPhone, sell it on eBay, sell it on the street somewhere for as much money as you possibly can, and then, now that you've got that money, then go try to pay your rent, try to pay your phone bill, try to buy some food for your family. Wouldn't that make more sense? But oh wait, I've never thought of that, because you people have never been poor. You people have never been in a situation where you have to sell things to live, and it's embarrassing. Alright? It's embarrassing. And seriously, this isn't a culture war. This isn't my opinion is different than your opinion. You are literally endorsing the murder and genocide of poor people. Alright? You are literally endorsing mass executions of people in urban city centers. Okay? And you're blaming you're attacking a reaction while ignoring the actions that the reactions are to. It's embarrassing. You are not intelligent. If you just want to come to me and say, I'm not intelligent, I'm a dullard, I get all of my news from 4chan, alright, at least that makes sense. Right? But you are a fucking idiot. The laugh later. You are a fucking dipshit dullard. And I hope to God, that in a few years from now, when Trump is gone, you look back at things like this and think, holy shit, what was I thinking? Because I've had those moments where I look at things that I said 5-6 years ago, and I think to myself, holy fucking shit, what was I thinking? And I hope to God, I pray to God, that you have that moment of awakening or reckoning in a couple years from now, because the things that you're saying right now, endorsing the mass genocide of poor people from the coronavirus, a preventable disease, that is disgusting. And I have said a lot of bad things when I was a teenager, right? I have said a lot of terrible things But I have never endorsed a mass genocide currently taking place, right, of 200,000 poor people and counting. I have never been as far gone as you are right now to endorse a mass genocide. It's pathetic. It's embarrassing. All memes aside. Antifa constantly shit on cops and want to defund. The lack of basic grammar here is really difficult. Dude, Antifa constantly shit on cops and want to defund them and replace them with social workers. But the moment they get themselves into trouble, help police! Again, that's fan fiction. I saw one clip of a liberal at a protest saying something, so now they're all like that. I saw one clip of someone throwing a Molotov, so the entire city of Minneapolis has been burned down. This hyperbolic, stupid garbage that you constantly project, it's embarrassing. Like, it is, like, infantilizing. You are a child. You are a fucking kid. You are a diaper baby who thinks that they're giving a profound political analysis. It's embarrassing. And again, earlier in this live stream, yeah, I'm triggered, by the way. Earlier in my live stream, you were telling me, all politicians are evil. All politicians. And now you're simping for the President of the United States? So you're telling me all politicians are evil, but the President, no. The President, he's above it all. He's not a politician. He's God. He's a prophet incarnate. He's here to kill the Satan worshippers. Like, dude, what the fuck are you spewing? Like, if your thing, right, is, okay, I don't like politics, I don't like politicians, it's all kabuki theater. Alright, I agree with you. I agree with you. And we can have a common ground conversation there. But if you're going to say that somehow the president is exempt, and not only is the president exempt, but everything he has ever done is perfect? Like, what? You can't have any criticism of the President of the United States while you're going around YouTube chat saying, politics don't matter, politicians are evil, but the President has never done anything wrong. Like, dude, you're a fucking moron? It's embarrassing. And if you're doing a troll, great, awesome, right? But there are people that aren't trolling that have even dumber opinions than you. And honestly, again, it's annoying. It's dumb. And it's funny to a point, but holy shit, man, you need therapy. I wish we had a Medicare for All system. I wish I could just say, bitch, you need some therapy, and you could just call up a therapist. But it's not that easy, because we don't live in a country that gives a shit about our mental health. So as a result, we have dumb shit fucking moron dullards like yourselves running rampant. Anti-masker douchebags who think that the mass genocide of 200,000 poor people is acceptable. Child separations in concentration camps, that's fine, right? Removing the uteruses of immigrants, that's cool, right? Because Trump can do no wrong. All politicians are evil except for Donald Trump. He's perfect. Fucking idiot, dude. I swear to God. Fucking moron. Hitler triggers the libs. Why are the libs so triggered? So what? So what? Believe me. Believe me. We did a tremendous job at the camps. We're working at the camps. They're doing free labor. Believe me, they're tremendous. The camps are tremendous. And then you have the liberals. The liberals see these camps and they say, oh, you're committing atrocities. Oh, these are war crimes. Oh, this is so evil. This is genocide, they say. The triggered liberals. That's what they're telling me. But these camps are tremendous, right? They're tremendous. We have mass worker output. These people are being re-educated. Tremendous. They're learning the greats about Germany and our history. It's a tremendous job. These camps are tremendous. Believe me, the liberals are triggered. Fucking idiot. Holy shit. So fucking stupid, dude. So fucking stupid. I'm like way behind in the chat room. Do you even know what a coronavirus is? Oh my god, it's responsible for about 50... I swear to god, I've got a QAnon person in this chat room. And they've got like a marathon avatar, and it's like, dude, I love Bungie, I love first-person shooters. But it's like, holy shit, man. Holy shit. Like, how, imagine, right, you're gonna like, oh, I know biology, I know science. I know science, yeah. Have you ever heard of the coronavirus? There's so many coronaviruses. You've probably... It's a novel, which means new, coronavirus. It's not coronavirus, it's COVID-19. It is an exclusively new, mutated strain, a novel strain of the coronavirus, which has no vaccine and is much more contagious and is much more deadly. That's like comparing like a pimple, right, to a rash. Okay, well, a rash is just a collection of skin irritation. Isn't that what a pimple is? Have you ever had a pimple? You've basically had a rash before. Like, what? That's like, it's so stupid. It's just so stupid. Like, this guy is dumb as shit. Dumb as shit.
So stupid. So stupid. Thank you. Thank you. So stupid. So stupid. Thank you.
Dumb as fuck. Imagine actually blaming a person for the existence. I don't. I blame the person for the fucking response to the virus. Now again, oh my god, the fucking stupidity. Imagine blaming a person for a virus. Meanwhile, it's the China plague. It's the China virus. That's right. It's the China plague. It's the Chinese virus. Kung flu. Kung flu. Imagine blaming one person for the virus. Meanwhile, I'm also saying it's the China plague. The China plague. I'm not blaming one person for the virus. I am blaming the government. I am blaming Donald Trump, Nancy Pelosi, every senator. I am blaming Mitch McConnell, Chuck Schumer. I'm blaming Mike Pence. I'm blaming every member of the government. Bernie Sanders, AOC, Ilhan Omar. I'm blaming them all because they have failed. This isn't on one person. The government has failed to respond and protect the people that live in this country. Oh, but you keep attacking Trump. It's all Trump is evil. Meanwhile, the China plague. It's all the China fault. It's Chinese plague, the Wuhan flu, Kung flu, Kung flu. You're a fucking moron, dude. Holy shit. This guy is dumb as fuck. I'm poor, so that's why it's okay when I say that 200,000 people should die of a preventable disease. Because I'm poor. I'm poor. That's why it's okay that immigrants are losing their uteruses to a medical procedure that they do not consent to. That's okay. That's okay. The China plague. The China plague. So fucking stupid. So fucking stupid. Yeah, Damon, the president has corona. It's fake news! Trump doesn't have COVID-19! Fake news! Fake news! I swear to God. And I'm gonna turn the music off for this. Okay? I know, right, how dumb people in the United States of America are. I know, right? But it is a totally different calculation, right? To say, okay, I'm reading this comment from Z50. COVID-19 knows who's rich or poor? Lol. Like, the idea that we are, 8 months into this? 8 months. That is half a year plus 2 months that we have been dealing with this every single day. And this person in the chat room, whether or not they're trolling, it doesn't matter because people actually believe this. So whether or not you're trolling Z50, that doesn't matter. Satire is dead because the stupid motherfuckers believe what they're actually saying, regardless of whether or not you yourself are joking individually. But the idea that the people of this country don't understand how a coronavirus outbreak, a pandemic of a viral lethal contagion, would affect poor people disproportionately more than rich. Rich people have jobs where they can stay at home. Upper middle class people can work from their computer. A lot of people that aren't even upper middle class can work from their computer. Minorities and poor people disproportionately have to work in retail outlets and fast food because they do not have, right, a safety net. They do not have a nest egg. They are more likely to need to go work on the front lines. They're more likely to need to go work at McDonald's and therefore have a higher risk of infection. Okay? COVID does not oh, well, Donald Trump is rich, so I guess I won't infect him. That's not what COVID is doing. You stupid fucking idiot. Coronavirus is it transmits based on stupid motherfuckers who don't wear masks going into a McDonald's and infecting a worker that has to work there, because if they don't work there, they lose their house, right? And again, we're already in a situation where 60% of Americans cannot pay their rent. So at least 60% of Americans, right? And we have the highest unemployment rate since the Great Depression as well, right? So at least 60% of Americans are going out doing job interviews, trying to get a job, working maybe 2 to 3 jobs, working at McDonald's for 8 hours, then going to work at Wendy's for 8 hours. Now you're saying, right? It doesn't discriminate who's rich and who's poor. Oh, Donald Trump is rich, so he must not have coronavirus. It's fake news. It's fake news, right? So you're saying to me that there is an equal rate of transmission between someone who stays at home all day and works on their MacBook Pro doing editing work for MSNBC's like background production. You're saying that person has the same risk of infection as someone who has 2 jobs in a major city, like in Austin, Texas, for example, right? Because a lot of these major transmission points are in city centers. So you're saying that someone who's working 2 jobs where they're dealing with a lot of people who don't wear masks has an equal transmission rate with someone who works at home all day and doesn't leave the house. Go fuck yourself, you stupid fuck. And the idea that we are 8 months into this pandemic in the United States and people don't know this basic information, that is an indictment on our government. And it's Trump's fault, it's Mike Pence's fault, it's Betsy DeVos's fault, right? It's Ben Carson's fault, it's Steve Mnuchin's fault, it's all of those motherfuckers' faults for not educating their fucking supporters on basic science and how basic shit spreads in a society. The idea that a human being 8 months into a pandemic doesn't understand that people working multiple jobs have a higher risk of infection than people working at home is ridiculous to me. That is disgusting. That is stupid. And you are a fucking idiot. Thank you. Anyway, let's turn the music back on. God damn it, dude. These people are fucking dumb. These people are fucking dumb. Holy shit. Holy shit. Maybe I should just do this every time. Maybe I should just like, the first half of the show is me like actually doing a prepared like podcast. The second half of the show is just me making fun of the stupid motherfuckers that come into the chat. Hey Plamato, what's poppin'? Again, these people, like, their response is like, wow, talk about triggered. I know people who have died from coronavirus. Talk about triggered? You're so triggered. Why are you so triggered? People that I have spoken to and I have talked to before are dead because of the coronavirus. People in my family have the coronavirus. They might die. I don't know. 2 weeks from now, right? I could have another family member drop dead from this disease. And you're like, ooh, you're so triggered. Oh, why are you so triggered? Fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. So fucking stupid. Like, it really is so fucking stupid. Like these, like again and again, I understand these people are here. They're dumb. They're bottom of the barrel dumpster sludge. Oh, I said something stupid, and someone reacted. Again, it's the same thing they do with the rioters and looters. Rioters and looters. They ignore the action. Oh, I was just excusing mass genocide. That's fine. That's whatever. But you're triggered. You responded to my comment. You got triggered. Like, oh, okay. Someone being massacred by police. That's fine. Whatever. Okay. But the rioters and looters! The rioters and looters! Again, ignoring the action and pinning all focus on the reaction to that action. Like, if you think a Wendy's being burnt to the ground is more upsetting, more disgusting than multiple people's lives being ended prematurely by a state-sanctioned assassination without due process, illegally and unconstitutionally being massacred by blue shirt Nazis? If you think that people's lives being ended, 208,000 people at least have died from coronavirus, but think, all of those people have family members. Like, again, no one in my family directly has died from corona, but I have people in my family that have corona. I have people that are friends that have died from corona, right? All of these people that are dying have family, have friends. But you're so triggered. You're so triggered. The China plague. The China plague. You are terminally online. You are stuck online. You are stuck in a sludge, in a slew of 4chan shit. And you need therapy. You need friends because this shit ain't healthy. I swear to God, it's not healthy to see millions and millions and millions of people displaced by a massive pandemic depression that is the worst in history. The worst in history. Okay? And if your reaction to that is, everyone's so triggered. Why is everyone so triggered? I just get all my news from 4chan. It's the China plague. It's ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Hello, Jushito Palacios. Just got here. What happened? I'm talking to a bunch of dullards. Gavin Newsom sucks. Congratulations, you cracked the code. Democrats are bad. So are Republicans. They're both terrible. Holy shit. You cracked the code. A Democrat did something you don't like. Amazing. Wow. The world has finally shown its ass. We figured it out, right? The liberals are evil. That's true. That doesn't automatically mean that Adolf Hitler is your best friend. Alright? You can think that, yes, liberals are dumb, they're garbage. And then also think neocon warmongers who don't believe in germs are worse than that. That's allowed. You can think that politicians that support both parties are bad. That doesn't mean you have to, oh, but a Democrat said something I don't like, so that means I'm a Republican now, because I can only think in binaries. Democrat said something I disagree with. I'm triggered, so now I'm going to vote Republican to trigger the libs. A Republican said something I don't like, so now I'm going to vote Democrat to trigger the Republic. Or, how about you say fuck both parties and actually do mutual aid, direct action. Like the rioters and looters, by the way. Actually doing something that helps people. Actually doing something that will help a starving child right now who is malnourished. But no, ooh, Nancy Pelosi said something I disagree with, so I'm gonna go troll people on Twitter and YouTube all day. I get all my news from 4chan. So fucking stupid. Jesus Christ. So fucking stupid. Peter Hausman, it is impossible to fight this amount of ignorance. I agree. I agree. Read donations? Oh, I have a donation. Thank you for being smart, XO. Good night. Thank you, Plamato. Thank you. I know it's 11:48 a.m., not p.m., but good night nonetheless. Hello, Torin. Love you, love you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love everyone, except for these fucking morons. Oh my god, the Raff Laugh later. Every influenza strain is novel, by the way. Every coronavirus strain is novel. Again, did I just say it's a novel coronavirus? No. I said it is a novel coronavirus. And again, this is the part you ignored because you're an idiot. Because it didn't fit your narrative that you're going to spew. Every novel coronavirus, right, is not the same. This one, however, is a novel coronavirus that mutates rapidly and has a high infection rate and is very lethal. You can't just say, oh, I only read the first half of your sentence and that's your entire argument. It's the China plague. You can't blame it on one person, but it's the China plague. That doesn't work. You're an idiot, dude. You're a fucking moron. You're a fucking moron, dude. I'm not at least you admit you're not actually trying to argue with us. No. I am making fun of you. One thing, because I actually have somewhat decent respect for, right? And maybe I'll get canceled for this, right? I have somewhat decent respect for a lot of traditions that occurred in the Revolutionary period. For example, the Revolutionary Guard, right? The people that were engaging in a violent overthrow of their government in the 1770s, they tore down a statue of King George and melted them down into ammunition to then fire at police. Hey, I'm just saying, that's interesting bits of history. Okay? You want to know another thing that they used to do in the 18th century? They would tar and feather people for being ridiculous as a punishment for petty crimes. They would publicly embarrass them. If someone got up on their little soapbox, right, on their little milk crate, and started talking about a bunch of bullshit in the public square, you know what people would do? They would throw tomatoes at them. They would not argue with them. They would throw tomatoes at them. They would boo them. They would throw a cucumber like a boomerang at their fucking skull, and they would fall off the milk crate and get embarrassed, and everyone would laugh at them. So no, am I arguing with you? No, I am not. I am not arguing with you. We are not in the free marketplace of ideas. I am publicly embarrassing you because that is all you are worth. That is your only use to this society, is to be mocked and to be utilized as entertainment. Just like you would have been in the late 18th century. Fucking idiot. Absolute fucking moron. I love it when lefties try to argue. I'm not arguing with you. Again, I'm not. You just said, at least you admit you're not actually trying to argue. But I love when lefties try to argue. Maybe, okay, hold on. I'm going to have to change the music from that to, I'm just going to have this on loop.
So stupid. So stupid. Thank you.
Because that's what this is.
So stupid. So stupid. Thank
so
you.
Stupid.
Thank you.
So stupid. So stupid.
So stupid. So stupid. Thank you. Thank you. So stupid.
It's
so
impossible
stupid.
to argue against facts and logic.
So stupid. So stupid. Thank you. Thank you. So stupid. So stupid. Thank you. Thank you.
Jesus, so fucking
stupid.
Christ,
So
this
stupid.
is
Thank
fucking
you.
awful.
So stupid. So stupid. Thank you. Thank you. So stupid. So stupid. Thank you. Thank you. So stupid. So stupid. Thank you. Thank you.
I like how lefties are dumb, yet a fucking meme with more than 2 sentences is too complex. Yeah, like again, these people are fucking dumb. Like they think like that's like, I know that Laugh Later's QAnon. I know they're like, as far as I'm concerned, they might as well be a fucking antelope wandering through the forest, right? Like these people are just fucking clueless, right? Like the idea that you can read 4chan every day and like you think you figured it out. Like you're like fucking 22 years old and you think you figured out the universe, right? And that's one key difference between leftist-minded people and right-wingers. Is right-wingers proclaim that they're right on everything. Leftists, they're skeptical, right? They wait for the facts, and they research things. That's why we believe in germs. That's why right-wingers are anti-maskers. We believe in germs, right? We're waiting for the science. We listen to scientists. When scientists say, you know what? We've learned more about how to fight coronavirus, and they say wearing masks is more important now than we thought it was a couple months ago. Right-wingers are like, the CDC is reversing its position. It's hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy. Leftists, however, are like, oh, we learned more. The scientific formula, right, whatever it is, right, it's been put to the test. We've gained more information, and we can change our behavior based on that information. In the same way, it's like when they invented soap. There were probably people that's like, well, I never use soap. Why would I use soap? I smell just fine. Why would I use soap? And then there's other people, it's like, oh, we gained the ability via new experimentation and new knowledge, right? We have gained the ability to smell somewhat nicer on a daily basis. Sign me up. But why would I have soap? I don't know anything. Oh! It's just so fucking dumb. It's so fucking stupid, dude. It's so fucking stupid. Hello, Zeke Skywalker. Thank you for the yellow heart. The Reflafflator. See that black male? Here's your contract. Go shoot them. There was actually a case. Said nobody ever. There was actually a case, and this was leaked, of a police department, and maybe I'll cover this on tomorrow's show if I remember. I'll find the article. There was a case of a gang, a white supremacist gang, I believe it was in the Los Angeles Police Department, that told a new recruit, as far as initiation is concerned, if they want to be a part of the gang, they have to go out and kill a random black person. These chat rooms and these voice recordings were leaked, and they were exposed. So your little hypothetical, would never happen, has actually happened. So I'm just letting you know. You can look it up yourself. But maybe I'll cover that more in depth later. Every time I think I'm almost done reading the comments, like a bunch more pop up. Android just pays attention to man babies. I'm sorry. Again, this is a tar and feather session. I like your torrent of fair anger. Again, I'm just sick of these fucking people. Like, they're just so dumb. See ya, Plamato. Thank you, by the way. They're just so goddamn stupid. And it's great entertainment to make fun of them. It's great entertainment to make fun of them. The Reflafflator. Oh, coronavirus mutates rapidly and has a high infection rate. Again, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. So the first time, I said it's a novel coronavirus that mutates fast and has a very lethal infection rate. Now we're updated. You went from, ooh, but every coronavirus is novel. Every influenza is novel. Okay, and now you're saying, but everyone mutates fast. Everyone mutates fast. Okay, so, all right. We're 66, maybe 67% of the way there. Now, if you want to scroll back and listen to my original statement again, okay, right? We're almost there. But again, we have just one part of my argument that you forgot about. Just one part. The lethal transmission rate. All right, cool, right? But also, it's deadly. It is more infectious, and it is more prone to killing people. Again, I know, getting all three, I know a sentence with more than 5 words is difficult for you to understand it all at once. I understand that, right? I get it. You have like I was going to say a 2nd grade reading level, but that's a little bit that's a little bit too generous, and I don't want to insult any potential grade school children here. You've got a preschool level reading level. Maybe impressive for your, maybe if you're a 4 or 3, maybe that would be impressive. But I'm assuming you're in your 20s, maybe 30s. God forbid anything older than that. Because then then we're at, wow, right? And I get it. A sentence with more than 5 words is difficult to follow. I know by the time the sentence ends, you forgot how it started. I get it. But we're 67% of the way there. If you can just get final footstep, right? Get across the finish line, then we can have a conversation. You're not willing to actually argue with people. And then you wonder why people despise you. I am open to debates. If you want to have a fucking conversation, add me on Discord. Okay? Let's do this. I will accept any debate challenge. You are a chat room poster. We are not debating. And you wonder why people despise you. I don't wonder why people despise me. I don't know where you get that from. This is your 2nd time in my live streams. And you say, I wonder. You wonder why people despise you. I don't wonder. I know why people despise me. What the fuck? I wear it on my sleeve. Right? I think fascism is bad. If you don't like me for that, I don't care. I'm not sitting here. It's like, I know I'm putting out anti-fascist content. I I wonder why the fascists are so mad. I wonder. No, I'm not doing that. I know why the fascists are mad, you dumb fuck. And then you wonder why people despise you. And you're so confused. Jesus Christ. They also believed in witchcraft back then. Hey, G-Wolf, I cherry pick. There's some good ideas and there's some bad ideas. Like, for example, in the Declaration and the Constitution and stuff, when it says all men are created equal, that's not bad, right? Maybe you can add a little bit of new language to spruce it up. Now, when it says that only rich, white, landowning males can vote, that's, we can leave that part, take the other part, you're allowed to take the good stuff and leave the bad stuff. Like, a lot of ideas are just out there. In the free marketplace of ideas. Why would you argue with me? If Trump dies, Biden will win or what? I don't know how that works in the US. If Trump dies, I guess it's Mike Pence on the ticket. I don't know. There's no way to know how that would go. There's literally no way to know how that would work. Missing the point of the memes. You're missing the point of my memes. Yeah, so I get my news on 4chan every day, and you're triggered because I'm advocating for mass genocide, but you're missing the point of my memes. It's the China plague. So stupid. So stupid. I can get your name right, the Reflaf Laugh later, but it's funny to mispronounce it. Okay? Imagine not even knowing how the memes work. I've been in the stream for hours and I can't pick up on a simple meme. The only memes I can understand have Pepe the Frog in them. I get all my news from 4chan. The China plague! It's the China virus! But we can't blame one person. We can't blame any one person. It's the China plague though. Jesus fucking Christ. So fucking stupid. Oh, G-Wolf is ditching me for Sam Cedar. Fuck you, G-Wolf. Fuck you. Anyway, this stream's about over. Normally, I don't go for 2 hours, right? I went for 2 hours today. It was extraneous circumstances. Yeah. So again, thank you for watching. I appreciate the additional attention. And you wonder why people despise you. No, I don't. I love when people despise me. I love hate watchers. I love them. You don't understand the memes. Apparently, you don't understand the memes. It is a lot easier to make money off of people that are addicted to hating me than people that like me. People that like me are less prone on commenting, right? Maybe they'll say, oh, ooh, you're so pretty, right? Like, and that's fine. That's great. I love you, right? But people that hate me, they're going to come into my chat. Antifa, Marxist, BLM, Trump 2020, US, CAG, MAGA, US. Like, that gets me a lot more money. So, dude, you are missing a few steps. Let me just tell you. But you're missing the memes. You don't understand the memes. Jesus Christ. Jason, 1984. First of all, Orwell was a socialist. I know this might trigger you because you don't know anything about anything. Now, if you want me to read the book, I'll read it. $100? You drop a $100 super chat right now, I will read the book tomorrow. Well, I'll buy it today, and then when it comes here, I'll read it on air. If you want me to. I am willing to do that. But I'm telling you right now that Orwell was a socialist, and you might not like that. You might get triggered by that. So I'm just letting you know that right now. That's a good... I'll talk about that tomorrow, Mr. Mudd. Jacob Wall. Arrested. COVID-19 is a leftist hoax. Anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. This extended episodic installation of Above It All. I like to say I've retained my title. I was a defending champion here. I've retained my title of being above it all. I have won in the marketplace of ideas, the free marketplace of ideas. I have won, everybody. And so as the final note, because the coronavirus is topical,
You're dying. That's true. And it is what it is.
They're dying. It's true.
You're dying. That's true. And it is what it is.
It is what it is, everybody. It is what it is.
Not good.